the way you pet your dog, the way you hug them. Some of these simple actions can actually feel like atrocities to them. They might act calm, but inside, they could be thinking you don't love them at all. In this video, we're revealing the hidden mistakes that can secretly break your dog's heart. Number 1. The schedule betrayal. Your dog doesn't own a watch, but their internal clock is more accurate than your phone. 6 a.m. breakfast yesterday. 9 a.m. today. 7 a.m. tomorrow. Every schedule change feels like a broken promise. They waited by their bowl, anxiety building, wondering if you forgot them. Dogs aren't just creatures of habit. They're emotional timekeepers. When routines crumble, so does their sense of safety. Consistent feeding times, consistent walks, consistent bedtimes. This isn't about being rigid. It's about being reliable. Your dog memorizes your patterns because you are their entire world. But broken routines? That's just the beginning. Wait until you hear what happens when your dog tries to tell you something. The communication shut down. Your dog paws at you. You ignore them. They nudge you. You brush them off. They make direct eye contact. You scroll your phone. Every ignored signal is a conversation you refuse to have. Dogs don't have words. They have gestures. That paw isn't annoying. It's their version of, "Hey, I need you." Maybe they're hungry. Maybe they need outside. Maybe they're anxious and seeking comfort. Or maybe they just want 60 seconds of your undivided attention. Ignoring these microcommunications teaches them that their voice doesn't matter. Over time, they stop trying. A quiet, withdrawn dog isn't well-behaved. They're resigned. Pay attention, acknowledge, respond. That's how trust is built. One small interaction at a time. Ignoring their signals hurts them emotionally. But what we're about to discuss next, that creates actual trauma. The humiliation ritual. Rubbing their nose in accidents isn't training, it's trauma. Here's what actually happens in your dog's mind. I had an emergency. I couldn't hold it. Now the person I love most is hurting me, and I have no idea why. They don't connect the punishment to the accident. They only learn to fear you. Science backs this up. Dogs live in the moment. That accident happened 10 minutes ago. Ancient history to them. What they do, remember, is your anger, your aggression, the feeling of betrayal. Positive reinforcement isn't soft parenting. It's smart psychology. A firm no in the act works. Silent cleanup after works. Punishment never does. Physical punishment scars them mentally, but there's something even worse. Emotional neglect that happens every single day. The social starvation. Dogs aren't introverts. Leaving them alone for 10 hours while you're at work, then coming home too tired to play. That's not pet ownership. That's solitary confinement with occasional feeding. Your dog's brain craves stimulation. Without it, anxiety festers. Boredom turns into destruction. Loneliness turns into depression. That chewed couch. That's not spite. That's a desperate plea for mental engagement. 20 minutes of active play can satisfy their needs more than 2 hours of passive coexistence. Fetch, tug-of-war, training sessions, puzzle toys. Even a simple walk where they choose the pace changes everything. A tired dog is a happy dog, but an ignored dog is a suffering dog. Mental isolation breaks them slowly. But there's a type of physical rejection that happens in seconds, and you might be doing it right now. The physical rejection. Your dog jumps up, excited to see you. You shove them away. In that split second, their joy turns to confusion. Physical pushing doesn't teach boundaries. It teaches that affection leads to rejection. Dogs are touch-based communicators. A push registers as aggression, not correction. Their enthusiasm isn't disrespect, it's pure love. Redirect instead. Turn your back. Step into their space calmly. Use a verbal off command, paired with treats when they comply. Physical force should never be your language. Train the behavior you want. Don't punish the emotion behind it. There's a massive difference between setting boundaries and breaking spirits. Pushing them away hurts. But here's the plot twist. That loving gesture you think is affectionate, your dog actually hates it. The head pat assault. This one's going to surprise you, that affectionate head pat you've been giving. Your dog tolerates it because they love you, not because they enjoy it. Imagine someone twice your size constantly tapping the top of your skull. Uncomfortable, right? A hand coming down from above triggers their defense instincts. It's too close to their eyes, too unpredictable, too dominant. Watch your dog's micro-expressions next time. The slight head turn, the freeze, the whites of their eyes showing. That's stress. Want real affection, chest scratches, shoulder rubs, the magic spot at the base of their tail. Go for the sides, never the top. Let them lean into your hand, not flinch away from it. So touch can be uncomfortable, but what about your voice? That might be the most damaging weapon of all. The volume violence. Your voice is their entire language. When you yell, you're not speaking louder, you're speaking terror. Dogs have hearing 4 times sharper than humans. That shout you think is firm, to them, it's a sonic explosion. They don't hear your words. They hear rage, unpredictability, danger. The worst part? Yelling trains nothing except fear. A scared dog isn't an obedient dog. They're a broken dog. Studies show dogs trained with calm, consistent commands retain information 300% better than dogs trained through intimidation. Lower your voice. Raise your clarity. Dogs read your energy before they hear your words. Your voice can traumatize them, but the next mistake, it triggers their deepest survival fear. The food insecurity trap. This is the big one. Taking their food bowl away mid-meal to show dominance. You're not establishing leadership. You're creating a psychological wound. In your dog's DNA, food equals survival. Snatching it away triggers their deepest evolutionary fear, starvation. This breeds food aggression, resource guarding, and anxiety that extends far beyond mealtime. They start wolfing down food. They become protective of toys, spaces, even you. Real leadership isn't about taking, it's about giving structure. Teach leave it with rewards. Practice impulse control with positive reinforcement. Show them that good things come from trusting you, not from protecting against you. Security breeds obedience. Fear breeds chaos. Food insecurity creates lifelong anxiety. But there's a playful betrayal that erodes trust even faster. The fake throw betrayal. You wind up. Your dog's entire body tenses with anticipation. Their eyes lock onto that ball. You fake the throw. They sprint full speed into emptiness. Then they turn back, confused, searching your face for answers. You think it's hilarious. They think you lied. Trust isn't built on deception, even playful deception. Every fake throw teaches your dog that your signals can't be trusted. Their recall gets worse. Their focus during training weakens. Why? Because you taught them that following your cues leads to disappointment. Play is sacred bonding time. Keep it honest. Throw the ball. Chase them. Engage genuinely. The laugh you get from tricking them isn't worth the micro-erosion of trust that happens every single time. Fake throws break trust in play, but what you do after playtime, that erases their entire identity. The scent assassination. Your dog rolls in something disgusting. Instinct tells you to bathe them immediately with heavily perfumed shampoo. But here's what you're actually doing: erasing their identity. Dogs navigate the world through scent. That smell they rolled in. It's their version of posting on social media. It's communication, territorial marking, pack identification. When you aggressively wash them with artificial fragrances, you're stripping away their sense of self. They spend the next hour frantically trying to re-scent themselves. Yes, hygiene matters. But overbathing with harsh products doesn't just clean, it confuses. Use dog-appropriate, minimal scent products. Bathe only when necessary. Let them be dogs. Their nose isn't wired for lavender and coconut. It's wired for authenticity. You wash away their identity without realizing it. But the next mistake happens every single day when you walk through that door. The greeting inequality. You come home. Your dog explodes with joy. Full body wiggles, uncontrollable excitement, pure ecstasy. You've been gone 8 hours. To them, it's been an eternity. Your response? Yeah, hey buddy, while checking your phone. That emotional disconnect wounds deeper than you realize. Your dog doesn't understand work stress, traffic, or bad days. They only understand that their favorite person returned, and that person seems indifferent. Match their energy for just 30 seconds. Get down to their level. Make eye contact. Use excited tones. Give them the reunion they've been mentally rehearsing all day. After that brief moment of acknowledgement, they'll settle. But those first 30 seconds, that's when you prove their waiting meant something. Cold greetings hurt their feelings. But there's a common mistake that fools you into thinking you're giving them what they need. The exercise illusion. You let your dog out in the backyard for an hour. Mission accomplished, right? Wrong. A dog alone in a yard is like a human alone in a gym. They'll probably just stand there. Dogs don't self-exercise. They need you. That mental stimulation, the shared adventure, the problem-solving of a new route, that's what exercise actually is. A backyard provides space, not engagement. Your dog needs structured activity. They need to sniff new environments, encounter other dogs, process novel stimuli. A 20-minute walk with you beats 3 hours of solo yard time. Physical exhaustion without mental stimulation creates frustrated, under-enriched dogs. Walk them, run them, adventure with them. Exercise is a team sport. Backyard time isn't enough, but even when they come to you for connection, you might be rationing what they need most. The affection transaction. Your dog approaches for pets. You give exactly 3 scratches, then stop. They nudge again. You say, "That's enough," and push them away. Here's the truth. You just taught them that affection is rationed, controlled, and conditional. Dogs don't have complex neediness. They have simple requests for connection. When you cut them off mid-affection, they internalize rejection. They start approaching less. Their confidence drops. They wonder if they're bothering you. Affection shouldn't be transactional. If you genuinely don't have time, redirect them to a toy or give them a task, but never make them feel like their need for love is an inconvenience. 5 more seconds of scratching costs you nothing. To them, it's everything. Cutting off affection wounds them, but the next form of rejection. It triggers their primal fear of abandonment. The isolation punishment. Your dog misbehaves. You put them in another room and close the door, alone, in silence. No explanation, just sudden isolation. You think this is discipline. Your dog thinks they've been abandoned. Dogs are pack animals. Separation from the pack is the ultimate punishment in nature. It triggers deep evolutionary panic. Isolation doesn't teach them what they did wrong. It teaches them that you're unpredictable, and their security is fragile. Effective correction happens in the moment with clear communication. Time out in your presence with withdrawn attention works. Total isolation creates anxiety disorders. Your dog needs to understand the consequence of their action, not experience the terror of abandonment. Isolation creates panic, but there's a training mistake that's even more psychologically manipulative. The treat manipulation. You make your dog perform increasingly complex tricks before giving them the treat you promised. Sit. Now shake. Now spin. Now play dead. The goalpost keeps moving. They complete each task, excitement building, only to be asked for more. That's not training. That's psychological manipulation. Dogs thrive on clear cause and effect. Command plus compliance equals reward. When you change the rules mid-game, you create confusion and frustration. They stop trusting the process. Training becomes stressful instead of fun. Be consistent. One command. One successful completion. One immediate reward. Advanced training builds gradually with new separate commands, not by withholding earned rewards. Keep your promises. Every single time. Moving goalposts breaks trust. But here's something you do that damages their health without you even realizing. The sleep disruption. Your dog is deep asleep. You find it adorable. You pet them, move them, or wake them up for attention. Sleep isn't just rest for dogs. It's when their brains process the day, consolidate training, and regulate emotions. Adult dogs need 12 to 14 hours of sleep daily. Puppies need up to 20. Chronic sleep disruption leads to behavioral issues, anxiety, hyperactivity, and weakened immune systems. That cute sleeping position isn't a photo op. It's a biological necessity. Let them sleep undisturbed. If you need to move them for legitimate reasons, do it gently with a calm voice. Their sleep quality directly impacts their mental health. Respect their rest like you'd want yours respected. Disrupting their sleep damages them physically. But your words? They can destroy their confidence entirely. The comparison shame. Why can't you behave like that dog? You say it casually, pointing at a well-trained dog at the park. Your dog doesn't understand the words, but they read your tone perfectly. Disappointment, frustration, disapproval. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to emotional energy. When you compare them negatively to others, they feel your dissatisfaction, even without understanding why. This erodes confidence and creates anxiety around other dogs. Every dog has different personalities, learning speeds, and backgrounds. Your dog isn't failing you. They're being themselves. Celebrate their unique progress. Compare them only to their past selves. You're doing better than last week builds confidence. Why aren't you like them builds insecurity. Comparisons crush their spirit. But the next mistake creates a different kind of anxiety, one that starts the moment you reach for your keys. The invisible goodbye. You're leaving for work. Your dog watches you gather your keys, put on shoes, grab your bag. They know what's coming. You slip out the door without acknowledgement. No goodbye. No reassurance. Just gone. You think you're avoiding drama. You're actually creating abandonment anxiety. Dogs don't need 10-minute emotional farewells, but they need closure. A simple, "I'll be back," in a calm, confident tone, plus a quick pat, gives them psychological preparation. Sudden disappearances, without warning, make every departure unpredictable. They start panicking at the sight of keys or shoes. A brief calm goodbye ritual actually reduces separation anxiety. It tells them, this is normal, temporary, and you will return. Invisible goodbyes create panic, but there's a pattern of rejection that happens throughout the entire day. The attention starvation diet. Your dog brings you their toy. You're busy. Not now. They try again, an hour later. I said not now. By the third attempt, you snap at them. Your dog doesn't understand later. They only understand now and not now. When you repeatedly deny their attempts to engage, you're not teaching patience. You're teaching worthlessness. Dogs are present-moment creatures. That toy they're bringing is their olive branch, their invitation, their way of saying, "Can we connect?" Repeated rejection makes them stop trying. They become depressed, lethargic, disconnected. If you're genuinely busy, give them an alternative, a stuffed Kong, a puzzle feeder, a special chew toy. But never make them feel like their desire for connection is a burden. 2 minutes of focused play beats 2 hours of ignored attempts. Constant rejection breaks their spirit. But here's something most owners completely overlook, and it causes physical pain. The paw neglect. You never check their paws. They walk on hot pavement, icy sidewalks, salted roads, sharp gravel. You don't notice the tiny cut until it's infected. You don't feel the mat between their toes until it's painful. You don't see the overgrown nail until it's curling into their pad. Your dog can't tell you their feet hurt, they just limp and hope you notice. Paw care isn't optional maintenance, it's basic welfare. Burned pads can take weeks to heal. Embedded thorns can cause abscesses. Overgrown nails change their gait and cause joint pain. Check their paws after every walk. Trim nails regularly. Use paw balm in extreme weather. Touch the pavement with your bare hand for 7 seconds. If you can't keep it there, neither can they. Their mobility is your responsibility. Neglected paws cause silent suffering. But there's one word you're using wrong, and it's poisoning your relationship. The name poisoning. You use their name when you're angry. Max, no! Bella, bad dog! Charlie, get over here! Their name becomes a warning signal, a predictor of your anger. Soon they stop coming when called, because their name has been poisoned with negative associations. A dog's name should be the best sound they know. It should mean treats, play, affection, excitement, never punishment. When correcting, use a neutral no or ear, eh. Save their name for positive interactions only. Watch what happens. Suddenly, your recall improves. Their response to you brightens. They perk up instead of cowering. Your dog's name is their identity. Don't make them hate the sound of who they are. Call them with love. Correct them with clarity, but never combine the two. Their name becomes a threat, but the next mistake creates something worse. Total confusion about what's even allowed. The furniture flip-flop. Monday. Your dog is allowed on the couch. You cuddle together, and it's perfect. Wednesday. You're in a bad mood. Your dog jumps up. Get down! You know better. Your dog knows nothing, because the rules keep changing. Inconsistency is the fastest way to create an anxious, confused dog. They can't read your mood. They can't predict which version of you will show up. So they live in constant uncertainty, testing boundaries because boundaries don't exist. Pick a rule and stick with it. On furniture, always okay. Off furniture, never okay. Sometimes okay. You're gambling with their mental stability. Dogs thrive on clarity. They shut down under ambiguity. Be consistent or accept that the chaos is your creation, not their failure. Inconsistent rules create anxiety. But the final mistake? It's the one that could cost them their life. The silent suffering. Your dog is limping, acting weird, not eating, hiding. You notice, but you wait. Let's see if it gets better. Days pass. It gets worse. By the time you go to the vet, what could have been simple is now serious. Dogs are masters at hiding pain. It's survival instinct. In the wild, showing weakness means becoming prey. So they suffer silently, hoping you'll notice what they're desperately trying to conceal. That limp isn't dramatic. They're just terrible actors hiding agony. That decreased appetite isn't pickiness. It might be nausea or pain while eating. Behavior changes are medical until proven otherwise. Don't wait. Don't guess. Don't hope it resolves. Your dog can't book their own appointment. You're not overreacting by seeking care. You're being responsible. Early intervention saves lives. Delayed care creates suffering. Your dog can't speak, but now you can listen. Which mistake hit you hardest? Drop a comment below. And if this opened your eyes, share it with a dog owner who needs to see this. Your dog is counting on you.